So the Cowboys put up 21 in quarter number 3. Jim Nance, Bill Sims, Tracy Wolfson, and Mike Carey here on a comfortable night by December standards in Chicago. Temperature right around 30. Not too unbearable. You don't even have a coat on today.
Me? I don't? Yeah, well, I got a sweater that weighs 20 pounds on me, so that helps.
The Bears playing without Brandon Marshall, who was injured earlier in this game, rib injury, taken to a local hospital. Was right at the late stages of the second quarter. Coming off a Cowboy penalty last play of the third. We start the fourth with Cutler to the end zone. Jeffrey. Touchdown, Chicago. Gets around Brandon Carr to cash in from 27 out.
Yeah, Brandon Carr thinks he's in good position, but Alshon Jeffrey just puts his head down, keeps running. Excellent throw by Jay Cutler. Yeah, he's in bounds all the way, and Matt Forte did a good job picking up the blitz and giving Jay Cutler time to make that throw.
For Jeffrey, his 5th touchdown in the last 4 games, and Carr chagrin can't believe he gave that one up to Jeffrey, who's been dinged and limited with a hamstring injury, limited in practice this week. A full week of practice. You know, you don't normally have these Thursday games where you have a full week of practice. Both teams, though, coming off a Thanksgiving game.
Both thought they were fresh, prepared for the other team. The Chicago Bears, I thought they were pretty confident that they were going to play well here tonight.
Touchdown confirmed as Bealey's extra point is blocked. Looked like Church came in. Skandrick was in the area as well. It was Church. Thursday night football, that historic site. The Bears score on the first play of quarter number 4. Missed the point after. It was blocked. And they try onside kick here. Ball still out. Looks like it might be Cole Beasley at the bottom of the pile on his night, plus a flag.
Let football stay down. That's exactly what you wanted to do.
Penalty flag anyway, and it might have been offsides by the kicking team.
Yes.
In any case.
Offside by the kicking team. That's a 5-yard penalty that will be enforced from where Dallas recovered the ball. Dallas's ball, first down.
Oh, look how many, they're past the line before the football is contacted. And it's a clear recovery by Cole Beasley.
He is absolutely determined to try to smother that because he knows the Bears are coming and the scrum was about to ensue. Cowboys with the additional 5 yards.
Well, you got to expect run. Big lead by the Cowboys. They're running it well.
It's Murray into the secondary and taken off inside the 20 and finally tripped up at about the 8 by Brock Vereen.
Well, the good blocking up front, but they over pursue. Watch Bostic. He goes. Oh, here comes the cutback. There's nobody in that lane. And DeMarco Murray makes them pay. This defense coming into the game tonight, you think, boy, the Bears are not playing well on the defensive side. But that's the way it's been all year. 30th in points allowed. 26th overall in the total yardage against the defense. Not a consistent pass rush. But tonight, not stopping the run.
40-yard run. Going to give some of it back here. In fact, I want to see where they're going to mark this one.
I think it's going to be all the way back where he was tackled.
It's going to be a loss of 14.
But, you know, Jim, let's talk about this Bears defense real quick. Now, Lamar Houston, their big offseason acquisition, he hurt himself celebrating after a sack. They've lost Lance Briggs, maybe one of their best players. There's Mel Tucker, the defensive coordinator. They lost Peanut Tillman.
Yeah, Charles Tillman.
So they lost him. So those guys, Brian Urlacher not here. Julius Peppers goes away in free agency. You know, before the season, I looked at the Bears. I didn't look at this defense and the personnel and go, wow, they could be one of the best. I thought they would struggle, even watching them in the preseason and what they had on paper.
2nd and goal. Romo all day. Now they close in on him, and he throws it over the head of Murray. And Romo hit the ground thanks to Will Sutton.
So, you know, you look at this, a lot of young players on the defensive side. So when you look at a team, you can almost put the parallels with the Bears and the Cowboys. The Cowboys survive a lot of things. They hustle, but their offense protects them. And on this, the Bears team, the offense has not protected their defense enough.
There's the former Cowboy,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Ratliff, out with a knee.
Big loss to this defensive line. Run stopper, can push the pocket back.
3rd and goal. And Murray plows ahead, sets up a field goal attempt for Dan Bailey.
I don't know why. I just happened to be watching Des Bryant as he goes off the field. He is really upset because, hey, 3rd and goal. Let's give me one chance here to catch another football. But play it safe. That's the right play.
Well, he can be upset, but if you're Jason Garrett, you get to use up a little more clock. If you convert the field goal, you go from a 3-score game to a 4-score game. 35 yards for Bailey. And he's 20 out of 23 on the year. Sunday on NFL Game Day morning, Seahawks star running back Marshawn Lynch will open up in an exclusive one-on-one interview. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, only NFL Network. The Cowboys have now scored on 6 straight drives. Coming off a Dan Bailey field goal to lead it 38-13. And Mariani. He's scrappy. Brought down by Randall, who scored a touchdown in this half. 12:27 to go at Soldier Field.
Welcome back to Chicago. No further update from down here on Brandon Marshall, but he did just tweet out, thanks for the prayers. I'm good. #mind over matter. That is good news, Jim.
It certainly is. You hold your breath anytime you see a player leaving the stadium in an ambulance, and that was the case here. He was hit on rib injury. I don't know what else they were looking at, as Bennett, who thought was banged up himself, and this is whistle dead. Bennett has the catch in a gain of about 7. When this injury occurred, Brandon had just made a 42-yard catch, and then a key 4th down catch. And then that was it, as the Bears were on their way to tying the game at 7. And that's quite a catch by Wilson as Scandrick came flying in after him.
Boy, top of the screen, good route. Holds on to it after you said it. Scandrick reading the quarterback, chasing the football.
Cowboys have brought Josh Brent back on that defensive line. Again, saying his first action in over 2 years. And Forte unable to get out of the grasp of Hitchens.
You know, Jim, I want to go back to Brandon Marshall. You know, he's on the show at Showtime with us, but we really don't get to talk a lot of football. But I like what he said to us the other day. Finally, he says, I understand the game. how to watch film, how to use my ability more on the field.
First down picked up by Forte. Well,
and he finds it
getting
frustrated,
angry that, you know, understanding the value of every single game and the opportunities and how fast and fleeting a career can be.
Been in the league 9 years, has never seen the playoffs. He thought this was the year. The quarterback, the coach, our line, that it was just going to be a big-time breakout year, and it hasn't turned into that.
Over to Jeffrey, and that was Carr tangled up with him.
You know, you look at this Bears team, though, and it's in this league, you're never too far away. I look at their offensive line. I think they're one offensive lineman away from being powerful enough up there where they can run the football and get back to controlling the game like they did last year many times.
2nd and 10. And that's Scandrick tripping up Bennett.
But, you know, let's go back to what I had said about the Bears defense real quick. Hey, I don't know what their salary cap situation is. They got a lot of young guys who have to get better. But when you want to make an impact, okay, the offense has to come through, but you got to have somebody consistently get to the quarterback and make those plays to get you off the field. And right now, that guy is not on the field for the Bears.
3rd and 7. So trying to put together a little drive here. And again, with position, it was Wilson denying Moore the interception.
Okay, Sterling Moore, Jason Garrett talked about him last week. He played the inside receiver in passing situations. They got him back outside where he's been, and he's, look, even the Bears talked about it. Hey, at number 26, you know, I love talking to players. They never know the names of the guys they're going to play against. They just know numbers. The 26, Sterling Moore, has been solid this year for the Dallas Cowboys.
So the Bears at 4th and 7. Moore's going to go for it at this point. Down 25. And they get the first down with Jeffrey right in the middle of the field.
Tremendous pass protection by the offensive line. Good job by everybody just sealing it off. Jay Cutler gets the extra time. And then you see the talent, the power in the arm, throws it right on target.
Cutler 22 of 32 tonight. 2 touchdowns, no picks. And that's too low for Bennett. If you had to really boil it down to a couple of key plays, well, to lose the presence of Marshall, this is certainly a key play. And then the Forte fumble.
Well, that's 2. And, you know, I can think, of course, other ones. 3rd and, what was it, 14 or 15? Before half, they gave up
15.
3rd and 15. They gave up a 19-yarder to Jason Witten. Turned the game around, that touchdown.
Timeout called by the Bears. 9:06 remaining. You know, we were in our production meeting this morning, Phil, when we heard the news that was just impossible to believe. One of the great sports journalists in our time, Brian Burwell, passed away early this morning at the age of 59. Longtime columnist for, well, everyone from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch to USA Today, the New York Daily News, New York Newsday, Detroit News, a correspondent for Inside the NFL, survived by his wife Dawn and daughter Victoria. And our hearts go out to them. So sad to hear the news. Brian Burwell. 2nd and 10 here for the Bears, who get it into the hands of Forte, but a flag is out. I know you knew Brian from your days competing for the Giants.
Yeah, I did. Brian covered the New York Giants as a beat reporter for New York Newsday, and the New York Daily News also, you know, had a good relationship with him. Kind of followed his career as he moved around from there, and yeah, I was shocked too when I heard it this morning. Of course, very sad.
An eligible receiver downfield by the offense, number 75. That's a 5-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
Well, that's against Kyle Long. The screen took so long. Not a play on words there, but the timing was not good, and that's why he was down the field.
Second and 15. Cutler taking the snap from the 26. And it's turning into a busy night for Martellus Bennett, now with 9 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, just another good weapon. That's why the people in Chicago, people across the country, they look at the receivers, the talent, the size, and they're frustrated with the Chicago Bears football team.
3rd and 6. Down at the 3 and trying to fight for it. Bennett about a yard, maybe 2 out.
Good job by Jay Cutler, seeing that the defense, I think they made a mistake that time in coverage. He just ran down there, nobody around him. It was his own defense. But man, Jay Cutler does see an opening. Not afraid to let it go, and a good throw.
I tell you, Bennett again looked like he had hurt his knee in the 3rd quarter. He's hobbling around, but he's got 10 catches on the night. At 75 for the year, he has just tied the Bears' tight end single season record. As Forte tries to go low, and he's got the touchdown. Matt Forte, touchdown Chicago.
Yep, reached out just before he went to the ground and got that touchdown. I know the circumstances have changed as you look at this game because the Cowboys had the big lead, but this was kind of how I thought maybe the Bears offense would look tonight, mixing it up, because the Cowboys lack a pass rush. In the opening, what we say, give Jay Cutler time. He'll make a lot of plays. Of course, going for 2 here since they missed the last extra point.
So down 19. Scandrick threatening the blitz. Bushrod points at him. 2-point conversion. Cutler. Ball's deflected at the line. But there is a flag in the end zone. Looked like McLean got a piece of that pass.
Holding, defense number 59. Half the distance to the goal, retry.
Well, since the ball was tipped, that doesn't matter when you talk about defensive holding.
You see McLean deflected.
That tip pass doesn't mean anything. Defensive holding. Pass interference now, it would have meant something, but not against defensive holding.
The ball at the 1, they'll attempt it again. And it's Forte, second effort, driving, and he is pushed across by his teammates, including Ryan Groy. Forte gets the touchdown and the 2. 7:17 to go, and the Cowboy lead is 17. Well, we're back for, no doubt, Thiele's second attempt at an onside kick. Beasley is not out there for the Cowboy recovery team, and he's going to shift sides, come back to the same spot. High in the air, Escobar lost it. Bears have it. Dante Rosario. Another former Cowboy, as Escobar jumped up to make the play, and it slipped through his fingers.
Let's see if he jumps up and takes his eyes off the football to see if he's going to get hit as he goes up in the air. Did that helmet come down too quick? Can't tell. The hop was perfect to reach up and grab it.
So hold your tickets. Bears at the 50 with 7 minutes to go. Forte, one wiggle, and Carter finally ends it after 8 or 9.
Said don't be impatient. I know Jay Cutler won't in this situation. You do need 3 scores.
Second and 1. It's dropped by Morgan. Now we've got a penalty marker.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 98. Crown of the helmet to the quarterback. 15 yards, automatic first down.
By the way, it's the last successful onside kick for the Bears since '03. And here was the occasion right here. A Paul Edinger onside kick. Hey, Feely, first game as a Bear, and he delivers a successful onside kick. Look at Forte go. Down to the 10. Ran away from McClain and Carter both.
Yeah, he's an excellent receiver, Matt Forte. Of course, that fits in well with Mark Trestman's offense. This makes everybody a little uneasy on the Dallas Cowboys side.
Cutler slips through a little opening to the 5 and to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Two touchdowns about a minute apart.
Boy, good job by Jay Cutler that time. It wasn't clean. Nobody open at the snap of the ball. It's man coverage. So when he got lucky, not lucky, very smart seeing the man coverage and running with the football. And down 17, you kick the extra point.
Last extra point try was blocked. This one is drilled. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Cutler. Touchdown, Chicago. 10-point game. Remember, Cole Beasley recovered the first onside kick, but was not out there when the Cowboys failed to hold on to the last one, and he stays on the sideline. We have 6 minutes and change. Do you onside kick it again, Phil?
I would kick it off and make the Cowboys offense get a first down or two. If you onside kick and they recover, it takes all the pressure off their football team and the offense.
Go onside kick again, and this time it's Des Bryant just climbing the ladder and bringing it down with another flag.
You understand what I'm saying? It makes sense. Kick it off, put the pressure on the Cowboys offense to play. Now, no pressure recovering that kick.
Offside by the kicking team number 96. That 5-yard penalty is enforced and where Dallas recovered. First down.
Boy, after the Bears put up a second touchdown in a minute and 8 seconds, this was Orlando Scandrick coming to the sideline.
He is letting everybody have it. Offense, defense, coaches. And look, this is not out of character. Not that he throws these kind of fits or whatever you want to call it. He's a feisty, tough guy. Scrapped, survived in this league. They try to replace him. You can't because he's a good player.
I think I'd call it a fit.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah, fit.
First and 10, and cutting through an opening again. It's Murray. Down to the 15, right behind Zach Martin.
Well, that sure changed everything here. Up front, the double tight ends. Again, it's just Travis Frederick and Zach Martin, a second-year and first-year offensive lineman. Unbelievable job up front.
That gives Murray now 173 on the night. He's exactly 400 yards shy of the 2,000-yard season. A big night tonight has made it even more of a possibility. He needed to average about 145 the last 4 games. Again, he's at 173 and adding to it another 4, maybe 5. He's had 3 carries tonight of 25 plus. Jerry and Stephen Jones have to like what they're seeing these last couple of snaps after the Bears suddenly came to life with 21 points in the final quarter.
Well, we've seen them many games. When you show them, they've had to suffer through a lot of close games. So they're up there tonight enjoying it. It's a wonderful night. We're winning easily. And then a quick turnaround, 2 touchdowns by the Bears. That'll get your attention again.
2nd and 6 from the Chicago 12. Romo in no hurry. And it's Murray. Still looking very fresh on his 30th carry of the night.
Now just watch it. Leary, the left tackle, Smith. They just stay on the blocks. And even though it looks like there's nothing there to begin with, boy, great job by Randall getting through that hole quick. You over pursue, that's what this scheme is about. They call that the wide stretch. They get you going sideways. DeMarco Murray reads it, cuts it back.
Bill Callahan, former head coach of the Raiders, the offensive line coach for Dallas. 3rd and 3. Murray now at 180, the 2nd highest total of his career. And this time, maybe a yard. Tell you what, for the Bears, that's a big stop. That'll bring out timeout called here by Chicago. And
that's right, save the 40 seconds. Of course, Cowboys going to kick the field goal and they will let the clock run all the way down.
But it still stays a 2-score game.
Yes, it does. That's right.
Well, the triplets of yesteryear, Hall of Famers, Troy and Emmett and Michael, probably stack up with the triplets of the Cowboys today in some of these statistical categories.
Numbers are close, aren't they?
They really are.
Of course, the big difference, that first set of triplets has 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, that is a big one, isn't it?
That's pretty big.
Yes.
Gosh,
Again,
right.
all 3 are in Canton.
It just doesn't seem like, man, we're getting old. I'm thinking of those guys. It was like yesterday, and they were all retired. You don't have to agree with me. I'm getting old there, Mike Carey.
A lot of heads shaking affirmatively for that. There's a 27-yard field goal. Bailey, 90% kicker on his career. And back to a 13-point lead. And again, Murray with his 2nd highest total of his career, 181. And Bryant with a 6-catch, 82-yard night.
Well, we have 1 timeout left by Chicago, 3:41, the 2-minute warning.
Mariani had a kick return for a touchdown at Tennessee in his career. Bouncing around, and Church rides with him out to about the 25. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game next week because Arizona, it's been a struggle here in recent weeks, and you know, since they lost Carson Palmer. They got a big game coming up this weekend, but we will see them at the Rams, and that's not an easy place any longer to play in this league.
Now the Rams finally got that team in order, it looks like, especially on the defensive side, and they played with tremendous emotion, and especially in that dome in St. Louis.
180! Hurry up!
That's Morgan.
Boy, Martellus Bennett, number 83, came back on the field now. That ankle, he is limping quite noticeably.
2nd and 2. Lob it over the top. And with that catch, Bennett has the single season mark for a tight end. Most catches in a season in Chicago history. He just moved past Mike Ditka.
Yeah, that's impressive. Cowboys that time not ready still. Everybody talking, not lined up properly. Nobody covering the tight end.
Boy, he is limping, but he's fighting on with 11 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Jeffrey to the 45. Skandrick, who was imploring his teammates to buckle up on that defense after giving up that last touchdown. He was the one beaten on that play. Quickly to the line, and Butler again down the middle, and it's Jeffrey again right in front of C.J. Spillman.
So many throws, the defensive line of the Cowboys can get zero pressure on the quarterback, and Jay Cutler doing a good job of moving, getting extra time, and just another laser across the middle.
There's a flag in the area where Jeffrey was thrown down.
There was no foul on the play for hitting a defenseless player. He was a runner at the time. First down.
Bennett. He has to go to the sideline now as he has been beaten up in this game. Knee area, ankle. Cutler's thrown for 171 in the quarter. That's going to bring out a flag on Brandon Carr, who's trying to hold off Alshon Jeffrey.
Are they going to call that the football was thrown too far over his head?
Jason says
there
not
was
catchable.
No foul for defensive pass interference on the play because the pass was uncatchable. By rule, there can be no penalty for pass interference.
Now, here's what bothers me about that call. Jay Cutler, the holding made it uncatchable, so he has to throw it away. And Mike Carey's making, but you understand what I'm saying? So the quarterback sees it. What's he got to throw it close to him, make it a tight play before you get the flag on the.
2nd and 10 is incomplete.
The ball was already in the air.
Third down coming up.
Well, Mike said the ball was already in the air. Top of the screen, Brandon Carr. There's the hold. Yep, football is over his head.
2:16 on the clock here. Bears with one timeout. Bennett has returned. He's at the top of the screen. And it's Forte. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 4th and 2 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Coming up, the Mazda post-game show. Rich Eisen and the guys are going to wrap up tonight's game with highlights and analysis only on NFL Network. 4th and 2 coming up.
4th and 2. Cowboys have been playing it safe on these last couple of drives. I think there was one blitz. Rod Marinelli, the defensive coordinator. I'm going to guess, Jim, right here, 4th and 2, you try to win the game. You try to put pressure on Jay Cutler. The pass rush is not going to get there. They're tired. There's been too many throws.
Can you imagine how tight there will be, how tight people will be if somehow the Bears are able to score?
Oh, yeah, it's going to put on in a situation like this. I don't think you run the football. You pass it. If nobody's open, let the quarterback move around.
And a pass for it. And they get the first down with Bennett. Bennett just boxing out J.J. Wilcox, and the Bears still have life.
Yeah, they do. Time is still on their side. They still have the timeout.
First and goal it is, right at the 10. Cutler, end zone, intercepted! And that will do it. Orlando Scandrick is the one who comes away with the football.
Yeah, he went to that sideline, yelled at himself, but Orlando Scandrick, it's a seam throw. He underthrows it. Boy, it's really a tremendous job going up and seeing the throw and making the interception.
Cutler tried to connect with Josh Morgan, and Scandrick's second interception of the season, and it's a game ender.
Yeah, it's game ender. Josh Morgan, stay up the seam, throw it high in the back of the end zone. Really not that bad of a throw, but just a tremendous play by Scandrick.
You know what this means now? Win number 9 is just a few seconds away for the Dallas Cowboys. It's been a while after a whole run of 8-8 seasons. There's Murray, and the Bears have one timeout, and they use it here. Cutler says that's on me. You know, Cutler on the season was 4-0 in games he did not have an interception, and he did not have one tonight until that throw a moment ago. They're going to be now 1-8 in games where he's picked. He throws for 341 on the night. But I'll get back to the Cowboys. On their way to their 9th win, and Jason Garrett, no one out there thought the Cowboys were going to have a winning season, much less contend for the division, contend for the postseason, for a berth in the playoffs.
After having one of the worst defenses in NFL history last year, you lose DeMarcus Ware. Sean Lee goes out with an injury during the offseason. You think, man, Jason Hatcher, but the preseason was ugly too, Jim. Just a casual fan, I watched their games. I thought, boy, they don't look sharp. Few good moments. Tony Romo, is he going to be healthy enough?
Plus Justin Durant just about 4 weeks ago, another loss.
Captain of their defense.
Morris Claiborne in the secondary. The Cowboys have only one more home game the rest of the regular season. They've got what's now looming as a huge contest again at Philadelphia. They'll get the mini bye coming up after 2 straight Thursday games at Philly in the rematch of the Thanksgiving Day game, home against Indianapolis, which will be there for the CBS National doubleheader game, and then close at Washington week 17. Cowboys 9-4 on the year and 6-0 on the road. The best road team of the year in the league.
Taking that running game, it's working on the road, so that's one of the big reasons why. Even tonight, they ran the ball very well. They played a clean game, and they hung in there to win it.
The coaches meet. You saw the quarterbacks, a couple of Midwestern kids who grew up on opposite sides of the city of Chicago. Romo up in Burlington, Wisconsin, and Cutler down in Santa Claus, Indiana. So Tony Romo tonight, 21 of 26, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And again, the Mazda post-game show with Rich Eisen and Tony Romo with a visit to the set coming up.